Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Saturday afternoon, December the 29th, I think, 2018. It's about 2 p.m. or 1:45-ish. It's cool outside. It's about 45 degrees and a little cool to be outside. But what I wanted to do was a quick video on some of the minor little tweaks and modifications I've made to my Casita RV to make it my home. You understand? You know, once you get in a place, no matter whether it's an apartment, a house, or RV, a van, a car, or whatever, then you start tweaking it. You know what I mean? Kind of adding little things here and there and here and there, and it really makes it livable. That's what. That's how come you begin to enjoy it. But anyway, having said that, some of the things I've done, and we'll kind of start with the bathroom. You know, one of the Casita. I've got a 2019. Casita Freedom Deluxe. That's the one with the swivel chairs. It's a little dining table. There's a little dining table here where I am, and then of course where the bed is back there, that also makes into a dining area if you wanted to do it. I don't. I live in this RV full-time, so that's a full-time bed. But anyway, in the bathroom, it's kind of a wet bath thing. It's not the roomiest bathroom in the whole United States. It's probably one of the smallest. But it's not bad. You know, it's like anything else, you got to get used to it. But, you know, a lot of people have made modifications and gotten a shower curtain that goes all the way around and do all kinds of things. But what I figured out was, you know, you can just get you a spritzer, and inside of the bathroom in there, right there, I was going to show you these, you know, walk around, but it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? It's just me. If I had somebody follow me around, I could do it, but I don't. So, but yeah, in the bathroom, you just spray the little fiberglass walls, and then the shower curtain will stick to those walls, and you can leave the outside door open, and yeah, it works great. It gives you the illusion of a little more space, which you don't have. And then there's a little compartment that's waterproof to put toilet paper in. Well, the toilet paper rolls are, you know, of course, round, and if you tried to put them in there like this, they don't want to fit right. So if you just take your little hands and mash them down a little bit, you know what I mean? Then they fit in perfect. So that's a little tweak that helps. It's all these little things that add up, and so that you can get 2 rolls in there, and that's perfect. And it's waterproof storage. And then what else? On the floor of the a shower curtain, I've got a teak wood, what they call a bath mat or something like that. It's teak wood, and the reason I've got that in there is because if you don't have the teak wood, after you take a shower, you know, say within an hour or so, you got to go pee or something, the floor may still be wet. And with the teak wood, you know, the water runs through the wood and out the drain, and then the top of the surface of the wood kind of dries out pretty quickly, so that doesn't get your socks or whatever wet when you go in to pee or whatever. And then what else? I made a list here. Yeah, okay, I did that. Okay, and then on the walls here, you may not be able to see this right here, but there's a little carpet hanger here. And what's that for? Well, whenever you draw pull the blinds up, this little thing is really long and it hangs down. And in this chair, I'll swivel around sometimes and it'll get caught in my arm. So what I did, I just put this little thing up here where I can hook it like that out of the way. And I did that on all the blinds, so that all the drawstrings can be put out of the way, even the ones around the bed there, because there's 3 windows around the bed that have blinds with the drawstrings. So anyway, that helps get those out of the way. And those are just little things that, you know, will irritate you, and, you know, you'll get in your way. And then I've also hung up a clock there using the carpet hangers, and I've also hung up my hairbrush there because you don't have a medicine cabinet really of any kind in the shower in the Casita. And what else? The small basket right here, this is really handy. It's got 2 little spaces here, and I've got my wallet and stuff there, and I've got my jetpack for the internet access is right there, and I just put it there. And I've also got a charging cable right here that runs down here and plugs in. It's a 9-foot charging cable, and that's another little tweak that helped out, because yeah, I've got 1 9-foot charging cable and 1 6-foot charging cable to charge my phone with. So those little things help a lot. And then what else? Oh yeah, the memory foam mats. You know, you can get them at Walmart. You know, they're memory foam bath mats. You can get them at Amazon, or you can get them at Walmart. I think they're around, I want to say $8 or $9 a piece. I've got 4 of them, 1 at the entry and then 3 down here. And the reason is, whenever you get through showering in the Casita, you know, you can towel off a little bit, and then you want to step out of the shower. Well, you know, you can step out on these bath mats, and in the wintertime, instead of stepping out on a cold floor or something else, you know, that is not designed to kind of, quote, absorb water, those bath mats serve a dual purpose in that they're memory foam. They're a little thicker than the regular mats, and if you get them a little wet, that's what they're made for. They're called bath mats. And so yeah, that works out perfectly for that. And then what else? Bright. It's, you know, the interior of the Casita is basically all white. It's got a little tan on the walls for the carpet and the cabinets, but as far as the rest of the, you can see how bright it is back here in the back over here, and that olive oil's bra is actually, let me just right there. I call that olive oil's bra, but actually what it is those little dark eye covers with a little stretchy strap, and that way if I lay down to take a nap in the afternoons, it's not so bright. And so does that work? Yeah. But you see how all these little things add up to a lot of, quote, big things. What else? Let's see. Yeah, there's a small, in the extra swivel chair that I don't use since it's just me. I've got a small little 3-drawer file that I bought at Walmart. You know, it's like $10, and it's like this wide and about this high, and about that deep. Okay, so you put all kind of stuff in. You know, I've got all my glasses cleaner in there. I don't know, Post-it notes, toothbrushes, toothpick. You know, just a lot of miscellaneous stuff that you would normally have out. You can put it in those 3 drawers, and then you just swivel the chair around, pull out the drawer, and get what you need, and put it back. And so that works great. Also in the entryway to the right, as you come in the Casita door, on the right hand side is a wardrobe, a closet, and in there I got one of those, it's a closet, I showed it in another video. It's a closet organizer. It's basically for shoes. They're little compartments about this wide, square like this, and they're about this deep, so you roll up your clothes and stick them in there. So I've got, you know, I've got t-shirts, underwear, socks, I don't know, several items in there that are in that organizer that otherwise would be taking up space up here, which I need for other stuff. And another thing I did that a lot of people probably won't do, and I can understand why they wouldn't, but I just got the basic Casita. I didn't get the high-rise version, you know, with the bigger tires and the, you know, it lifts it up off the ground, you know, like for off-roading or going boondocking and stuff like that. Mine's just the plain Jane version, and the reason I got it that way is because it comes with one step, one outside step, entry and exit step. And so if you get the base model like I did without the high-rise package, one step works perfectly. If you get the high-rise package, then you're going to have to add another little stool or something, because it's going to raise it up about 3 inches, I think, and that's just awkward enough for me at 73 years old that I like what I did. I like the one step thing. Also, I added a couple of little holders on the wardrobe door, and for a trash can I just used like bags from Walmart or the grocery store, and that works great for a trash can. And yeah, you just get through. When I get ready to go somewhere in the mornings, I just tie it in a knot and throw it in the truck, and whenever I go get gas or whatever, I just throw it in their trash can, and I'm done with the trash for the day. And yeah, so that worked out great, because a trash can of any size, I don't know where you'd put it in this Casita. You know, the interior space, like I've mentioned before in other videos, is like, you know, 13 feet 4 inches, you know, from the bathroom wall all the way to that wall. But the usable space, you know, that you can actually only take like maybe 2.5 steps here on this little walkway to the bathroom and back. So if you were going to walk for exercise inside this RV, you would go nuts. So anyway, what else can I tell you? Oh, so something else I did that people may disagree with me on, but I do things my way, and I'm not worried about whether people disagree or agree with me, because this is my life and I want to live it my way. And so what I did, I removed the screw down jacks that came with the RV, the outside jacks, the stabilizer jacks. There's 2 on the back that come with the Casita. They put 2 on it, and they used to have another cheaper base thing that you had to kind of slide out, and it wasn't very sturdy. It certainly wasn't very stable. But the screw down jacks that they've added, and this was the first year of the 2019, I think, that has these screw down jacks, and everybody thought that was a big deal. I did too, because I'd had the screw down jacks on other RVs, but the other RVs were higher off the ground. The Casita is fairly low to the ground, so it bothered me when I was traveling. I've towed it about, oh, I'm going to guess 1,200 miles total, in that range. And it was on my mind, because I was aware that, you know, going in and out of gas stations that had a slope and so forth, that I was getting close. And then when I came back from my last trip, and I'd had a concrete deck put in here, or concrete pad for under my aluminum cover at my home base here in Central Texas, and it's a little slope coming into to get up on the slab. And I noticed that I had about a 1/16 of an inch of clearance. In fact, at one point I did actually hit the jack, but I was aware that I was close, so I didn't damage it. But so what I did a few weeks later was got out there with my tools. It doesn't take much, and I took those jacks off. And I have those old kind of pyramid type jacks that people used to use years ago, and they got a little deal that screws up and down, and I'll just go to those. And it's not a problem for me. And I would, in fact, now that I've done it, I would much rather have those old style jacks on this particular RV than the stabilizer jacks that came with it. Why? Because you don't need much to stabilize it. This fiberglass doesn't give, okay? It's not one of the little cheapo RVs like I've had in the past. This thing is sturdy as a rock, and I love it. I do. I like my Casita. So anyway, those are just some of the things I've done. And so whenever you get your RV or your van or get your car or whatever, just start making you a list of the little things that irritate you, or the things that are kind of getting on your nerves, and don't just let them drive you crazy. Do something about it. You know what I mean? Use this thing up here, I guess it's called a brain, and you know, kind of think about it, and you know, sit out on the patio like I do sometimes and have you a cold beer and think, just focus on that one issue. Okay, now how can I resolve that? And it'll come to you. Here's some other things. I've had some strange things that were happening that it took me a while to figure out, because I had a horseshoe back here where that black spot is there, stuck on some of that two-way tape stuff. Well, anyway, that tape doesn't hold the horseshoe, but on the horseshoe I had an old ring that I had bought when I was traveling. It was had a little turquoise stone in it, and I didn't have a place to put it, so I just hung it on that horseshoe. And it was loose on the horseshoe. Well, sometimes when you walk inside the Casita, I could hear something going dink, 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 and I could never figure out what the hell it was. Well, it was that ring on that horseshoe. Like, it drove me nuts. I would say it drove me to drinking, but I was already there and headed back. But anyway, what else did I run into outside? You know, I hook up to my septic here in Central. I mean, I have a septic deal, and so I just hook up to it and run my hose into a bigger hose, and then it goes into the tank or whatever. So I just leave my tanks open, because I don't use the black water tank for pooping in. I just put poop in a bag and haul it to the trash. And the reason I do that is to eliminate all possible odors in the RV. And besides that, I like to keep that habit going, because it works great when I'm traveling, and I don't have to worry about dump stations. I just drive right by the dump station and wave, okay? And then you're going to say, well, what do you do with your gray water? Well, the gray water just finds a way out on the ground, but the gray water is not going to hurt a dadgum thing. I hardly ever use any dish soap, and that's not going to hurt anything. And as far as anything else in the water, maybe I don't know, some breadcrumbs or something. But so that just kind of finds its way out on the ground somewhere. And then what else? Oh, another thing. I have I'll show you. This bowl that I use for my, let me find it, if I can find it. Because this like to drove me drinking too. Another mystery item. This bowl, over the years, has a little, I don't know what it is. It's like a sticky deal. I tried to get it off with some Comet, but anyway, but it's there. And what was happening is, at night, whenever I laid in bed having my popcorn or cheese or whatever, I would lean this against this fiberglass next to the bed, and then every time a few hours later, I would look, and there would be some kind of gray residue on that damn fiberglass, and I couldn't figure out how it was getting there. But anyway, that was the mystery solved there. And then what else? And then I've added this too. You can accidentally turn on the 12-volt water pump very easily because the switch is right in front of the kitchen sink. You can bump it and turn it on. I've got a little piece of tape there now which prevents that. But if you do bump it and there's no water in the tank, it's not good for the pump for sure. And but yeah, one day I was sitting here and I heard this. I thought, now what in the hell is that? You know, and I went outside. And I mean, it just didn't come to me. And then finally, I came back in and up under the bed, I started looking because I was following that sound. It was the 12-volt pump, and then I realized I'd accidentally bumped the switch and turned it on. Another thing I accidentally did is you can accidentally turn off the refrigerator in the Casita pretty easily because the switches are all exposed on the Dometic 4 cubic foot refrigerator at the top. Even though they're high enough, they should be out of the way for most people. For some reason, I'd cut it off twice. Well, then they make, you can buy a little plastic thing that sticks and fits perfectly to protect those switches from being accidentally bumped. And so I've added that. And so now we've got all those cute little things solved, and it's pretty nice. Oh, I was going to mention one to you about the septic. I didn't finish. So I hook up to the septic, and of course, you know, every RV is plumbed with a vent in the bathroom that vents the gases from the black water tank. You'll see a little pipe sticking up on every RV. This one happens to stick up, and it's got a little cover on it, a little crown. And anyway, I'd be walking around outside there, and I'd get a little whiff of odor. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, where in the hell is that coming from? Because I'd never had it before. Well, what it is, the way the Casita is plumbed, you know, with that little cap covering the vent, it doesn't just go out the vent and straight up. It kind of does this sort of thing out that vent. And since maybe some of those gases might be heavier than the air, it'll kind of lay a little bit, I guess. But anyway, I could smell it. But anyway, I finally figured out what that is. So now, which is probably a better idea, is I close the valves, and every 3 or 4 days I just dump the tanks, which is a better idea, because what happens if you don't, if you leave the valves open, particularly the black water tank, and you put any toilet paper in there at all for anything, then that toilet paper will not get flushed out properly like it should. And I do add a little chemical to the tank, and I have for the past several days, whenever it gets, you know, because I just use it for urine, I guess I should say. And I put a little of that, hell, I'll get it. Hang on. This video is going longer than I thought it would, but hang on. I use a chemical. It's called AquaChem. It's a liquid. I use the liquid. It's this right here. And see that? And what this chemical does, well, it says it liquefies waste fast, breaks down tissue. That's what I like. And it's got powerful detergents in it that'll keep the tank clean. And anyway, it says active ingredient is 100% biodegradable. But let me tell you this, though. This stuff is dangerous. I mean, it's toxic as heck. So keep the lid closed on it real tightly, and try not to breathe the fumes at all if you can. Almost impossible not to breathe them at all. But, yeah, be very careful with that stuff. And I use the liquid, just a preference. You can use the dry chemical. I used it for years, same thing. But anyway, with that in mind, guys, so tweaks and you know, updates and changes are what makes your house a home, or your RV a home. And don't be afraid to make it your home. You know, that's the thing. You know, it is yours, and fix it up the way you want it. So anyway, guys, from Central Texas, USA, just a little update on living in the Casita and what all I've kind of changed. Not a whole lot of big things, but a lot of little bitty ones. And you know, tweak helps you sleep. I just made that up. You might want to, here's a pen, you want to write that down. Anyway, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, but if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission. Small commission doesn't cost you 1 penny. What else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll also help you lose weight because you'll be full of water. You won't want to eat so much, and the only way to really lose weight is eat less. What else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? You bet. What else? Stretch, swivel. You know, exercise your body once or twice a day. I did my exercises today at Lowe's Hardware in Marble Falls, Texas, and I may take a short walk here later on. Still, it's pretty cool outside to me. And then what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. Accentuate the positive. and eliminate the negative and enjoy your day, guys. And the new year's coming, so start tweaking your RV and getting it ready, guys. Adios. Bye-bye.